Hello, today we're gonna go explore, gather some iron. I'm looking for ravines more than caves. They're a little more safer. Would like to still find dripstone, a few other things. The outpost seems to have my attention. It's probably not a good idea to go, but eventually probably I'm gonna go to it. Uh, but I would like to get a little more iron and just go explore, have some fun. Yeah, I'm in the ocean, just trying to look for monument. I might have already found it in last video, but also shipwrecks for the heart of the sea, for underwater breathing, for when I do raid the monument. Uh, this inventory management stuff, I'm not going to cut it out of the video. Uh, we all struggle with it. We all do it. Uh, it's kind of neat to see how each do inventory management different. And sometimes get ideas from each other or how we do things. Everybody does it their own way, but sometimes there's always an easier way. So I'm going to leave some of it in. I don't like to edit things out too much, uh, mostly unedited as much as possible. I might cut things to try to reduce the length of video, like the beginning, the end, clip it out or whatever. Totally not a ravine. I'm not really armored up for it. I have no pants. But I think I'm gonna do it anyway. See what happens. No mods. It's really unusual for Bedrock. Need a safe place, cook up the iron, and do a little more inventory management. It's part of the game, so I'm gonna leave it in. Yeah, I've been playing since it came out on mobile. I used to play with my daughters. They still play, not as much as they used to. my user name for Minecraft. My granddaughter gave it to me. I haven't really changed it because I don't really want to. It's kind of sentimental. But I am 55 years old, not a young fella. I love the game. I enjoy it. I love playing it with family. It's a fun, good hobby to do. It doesn't harm anybody. Sometimes it can be drama, but there's drama in real life too. Some people prefer to Java. Some people prefer Bedrock. Some play both. I got used to Bedrock. I don't really care which one people think is better. I like both of them. There's a lot of good features on Java, but I like Bedrock better. It's easier to play with people and play with family. You know, cross-platform compatibility. It, it's just not everybody has a computer, it's, consoles or whatever for Bedrock. So I primarily just stay on Bedrock. I don't prefer mouse and keyboard, so I'm not messing with mods and all that like Midnight Control on Java just to play more comfortably with a controller. So that for that reason, I rarely do Java, and I stick with Bedrock. I will probably do some videos on starting a new Java world eventually. I wonder if he had any dripstone. This kind of seems like a long, dragged out death scene here. More wool. Need all the wool I can get for beds for an iron farm. That's why I've been going after so many sheep. I don't know if you noticed in the first episode, I grabbed 3 flowers. You ever noticed every time you try to get a bed, you end up with like 3 pieces of wool that are all different color? I started grabbing 3 flowers. I didn't care what color when I get into a world. That way I can always dye the wool to make a bed instead of having to keep finding more and more sheep and then not being able to sleep the first night and hiding out somewhere. You can still make use of time even if you have to camp out, as long as you got trees that you can make charcoal for torches. You can get your cobblestone and stuff uh, while you're hiding through the night if you didn't happen to get a bed. This slows things down though if you're hiding for like the whole night. Like for the iron, it's like your first piece of iron really should be a shield. Your next one should be a bucket. Some people might argue that like Java, the shield's just much better. Uh, but the shield's very helpful, but the bucket save you water clutches or help you get up and down from heights. You can also build a portal with the bucket without having to get a diamond pick. And I usually avoid like mining diamonds for the chest plate to pick and all that. I set up trades, a trading hall for the better gear without mining for any diamond. The diamonds that you do get end up used for duplicating netherite template. So it's like a waste to me when I can just get what I need for 20, 30 emeralds per, you know, per piece. Some people it's like, will get Fletchers or whatever, but you got to go cut trees. Whereas if you just, you set your, smithing tables for workstations and blast furnaces, you're going to be able to buy the tools off the guys, but also sell them the iron. So you set up farms around the iron farm that like that you like to run, or even if you just plant trees around the iron farm to cut and plant trees while the iron's running, or sometimes just hide out and go AFK to produce iron, and instead of farming all these trees for Fletchers that are only going to be good just to sell sticks, really. Yeah, you can buy other things off the Fletchers, but they don't serve much of a purpose after you get sticks. And there's so many trees and so many trees you got to cut down. It's so much more work to do the Fletchers. like the iron farm, as far as they go, you hear a lot of talk on YouTube or whatever that you can't build an iron farm in a village. I always build an iron farm in a village. You absolutely can. You just got to be careful and pay attention to what you do. Shrink the village down. Um, I usually build them in the sky to avoid golems from spawning in cages. You got to make sure all the workstations are taken down. All the beds have been broken and moved towards the center. You have to make sure no villagers wandered off. That usually is the big problem, or a villager wandered off and is stuck in a cave. Um, that can really mess up sometimes spawning golems in general, or you got a villager that's not linked to a workstation or can't get to a workstation. But if you lose a lot of villagers to caves and you're trying to get an iron farm going, you're going to find yourself short of villagers. And if you got any more than 3 not working for 20, then you're not going to produce iron. Because you got to have, I think it's 17 had worked in the previous Minecraft day for you to produce an iron golem. So like if you got 20 beds and your 17 worked, you should be able to produce an iron golem as long as every villager has access to the workstation that they are attached to. Java, I believe, is 3 villagers you only need for a golem. But you got to have 5 villagers if you like don't have a zombie, and it doesn't produce at nighttime unless you have a zombie. Uh, so I don't really care for the iron farms in Java so much. Yeah, this outpost is not a good idea. I still don't have pants. I only got copper armor, and I probably am not going to survive this. Previous video, I kept coming around here. I was trying to see if there's any iron golem in one of the cages, and I was going to see if I can sneak in and kill the golem for iron. But when I caught a glimpse of it, it looked like the alley were in the cage. Um, oh, wait, okay. Uh, so I avoided it at the time. I don't know why I didn't avoid it now. But yeah. Oh, broken axe. This isn't good. Uh, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, there's another one. I got no pickaxe now either.